Hey, Regson. I was just setting up my announcement. Oh. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for the hydrate. Good old-fashioned water, baby. Look at this dorky guy. All right. I started leveling a little bit yesterday. Slow going. Sentinel feels kind of tough to level, but here we are. Making an effort. Okay. So I forget where we were in the story, but oh, that's right. We just got to the chapter 5 or whatever. We just beat Crabman. I will say though, all things considered, this class is dummy tanky and also very fast. Because of that shield rush move, but as it goes for damage, yeah, it's all right. But you know, we're like nowhere near the build I'm planning on running once we get there. We'll probably be dealing way more damage. Kind of just throwing hammers at the moment. We're using healing hands with the divine bolts whenever we lose any amount of HP, really, which is good for damage. Besides that, throwing hammers, and then ooh, I'm going too far this way. We're using Firestarter's torch for spreading flames, which is dealing a lot of damage. Because we are scaling fire damage. So it just kind of lines up nicely. Oh, I need to grab this. So usually I go to, I just run the campaign like normal until I get to Lagan. And then once I hit Lagan, I go run monoliths, get a few levels, and I go wrap up the story later. Oh, we don't need to go that way. I'm still really bad at keeping up with the story or knowing where to go. Think I would get it by now. I've got the hang of most of it, but still. There's the Wrath Dunes for the... Okay, we don't need to do that quest. That quest is bait. I want to get Soulfire out though. I feel like Soulfire would help with their damage a lot, but got to get 2 more levels. Also, I'm doing COF for this build. Just I saw the price of like the Healing Hands helmet. Plus 4 to Healing Hands is like 200 million at a floor value. So I was like, think I'm gonna go COF. Don't really feel like saving up another 1.5 billion gold for this build, so I've got some base gear to get the build rolling, but that's it. So we've got some farming to do once we get there, but we can at least get a base started. And then I need to get a filter out too. I don't have a filter on this character yet. I have to set that up. Hammers everywhere. So I found that my frame lag is only coming from when I'm streaming. Not to say I don't lag normally, but it definitely comes faster and more frequently from streaming. And I don't know if there's any way for me to fix that unless the game gets better optimized or I get a much better computer. But my computer's already really good and I'm not in the market for a new one, so we're gonna just have to settle with what we got. Currently it's doing the job, and honestly it's not bad. Yeah, we'll probably go for this convert. I think it would be in our best interest. Okay, here we were leveling up Valor. Oh, I have tons of points. Oh, and we can equip this now. Keck W. Just running through all those skeletons. Class is a vibe, though. We'll be done with the campaign in no time. I just am definitely falling off in damage with what our just like trash uniques are providing. The build I'm working on should have some pretty tremendous damage and defenses. Holy aura. I think I need to level. Let me check. So I'm just following Perry the Pig's build. And eventually I'm supposed to get this. And I'm supposed to have this. So you and your allies chance to ignite. Fire pen. We like fire pen. Health regen. Increased healing. Attack and cast speed. Quick chats. And multi. Okay. We'll grab these and then we'll go this way. For the healing hands, we need to get down here. Deals more damage based on the combined levels of your specialized buff skills. Okay. So that's why we, okay, that makes sense. Get healing effectiveness. What's this do? Area and mana cost. And then this. Oh, that's probably helpful. Yeah. That makes it so I don't have to aim. So hammer throwing isn't even part of the build. We eventually have to get rid of that, but till I get all my gear on, this is what we're settling for.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Yes? Greetings.
That animation always been there? That felt new. I'll give Sentinel credit. Shield Rush is OP as hell. Its skill is mad good for speed. That being said, the only reason I'm making a sentinel is because divine bolts is a thing, and it makes the build feel like a caster instead of like a tank melee class. Because I'm not much of a tank melee player. Not much of a tank melee enjoyer. You give me divine bolts of light though that deal damage? Sure. See if I can line myself up here for a good run. Nope, I failed. Onwards, my captain. Can I trust you? Yes, of course you can trust me. I'm not gonna backstab you. Bitch. We all know your secret. We all know you can't be trusted. This is usually where I start to fall behind on levels. So you're probably gonna see that happen.
Right. If it weren't for you, I'd still.
You know, healing hands is dealing more damage than the hammer throw now. Hammer throw deals more damage and costs less mana. 3%? More attack speed into armor shred, maybe? Or should probably put a point into zeal. Just to have it. We start leveling this now.
Here I was, hoping this would be.
Yeah, give me that. And start going for healing effect.
The heart of the citadel is beyond.
And when he fled, I saw him heading deeper into the mountain.
Fallen Osprey's next. I think I have to do that one.
I cannot do that.
I'll know when I see this map, but I think I have to do this. Yep, it's the one. We're almost done with the base stuff before we can get to monoliths. I have a few side quests that I have to finish once we get there, but we'll get there when we get there.
You killed him? If we pull this off, maybe I can give us some good news for once, eh?
Stand down or die.
Okay, we do put 3 points into that. I'm just trying not to take these health regen points quite yet. Because I don't have the low life mod yet, so the healing hands can't work without me casting smite. And even then, it still doesn't entirely work. Because smite's healing me too. Stand down or die. Stand down or die. Dramatic Sentinel. Here for it, Queen.
Stand down or die. This was once Solarum, my home, but now it is. I've been expecting you.
You should have seen this. You know
It was a trap.
Let's see how you face this. Who are you?
So engaging. Easy. I knew I couldn't trust you. Where do we go from here? Passive tree. Got all these. Next is here. Or here. All right.
I'm back. This is Solarum. I can see smoke in the distance. I will not let Raya lead another massacre.
I would not let Raya lead another massacre. Is that an idol? I gotta pay attention to these idols now. Because I have none of them. God, I need to get a filter put together. I'm gonna do that right now. Sentinel COF. Purple bullet. Okay. First things first, we need to hide normal magic rares. We then want to recolor pink, emphasize affixes, at least one of these. We go through here and select everything. except for idols. Advanced options, more or equal to tier 7. And then I want to recolor this yucky green color. Affixes of idols. We want to see health, phys res. Well, this is COF, right? So if this is COF, what I want to see is healing effectiveness. And then for Sentinel Idols, we want to see healing effectiveness, which is probably included. And then we also want to see chance to apply shred armor on fire hit. Maybe chance to shred on hit too, why not? And yeah, that's all we need for idols. It's just those. We'll emphasize that too. And then we gotta recolor again. We'll recolor blue, emphasize affixes with healing effectiveness. Nope, not general idols. There we go. And attunement. And maybe frailty. And then we want like maybe level of healing hands. Cast speed. Any experimental affix. So these are for tier 6 plus. Since all the tiers, so I'm trying to figure out like what else could I possibly need tier 6 plus on? Except for those things. Let's increase fire damage. We want tier 7. There's no other real like tier 6 mod that I can think of where I'm like, I should, if I find these tier 6 mods, I should have them saved. I think that'll do. And then this will be more than equal to tier 6. So, like that. I guess I should recolor blue and position it like this so that even the tier 7 ones are blue. Because I feel like the blue items I should be picking up always. Of course, the rest is just uniques and set items and whatnot. I should probably hide. Class requirement. Anything that's not a sentinel. Wait, item type. Idols. grand, large, ornate, huge, and adorned. That way we don't see those. Put that down there. All right, that's a 5-rule filter. That'll pretty much get the job done.
Stand down or die.
I feel like whenever possible, I should get the. Well, actually, I can do that now. Yeah. Next time I get to a stash, I'll equip my Hand of Judgment because it has the low life mod on it. Unfortunately, I missed the tier 7 cast speed on it, but you know, Hand of Judgment's pretty common. We'll probably find another one, no problem. I can actually put Throne of Ambition on this build now as well. Because, yeah, the Divine Bolts aren't going to deal a lot of damage if I'm only casting one at a time. But if I have the low life mod, I can get a ton of them going. Just more attack speed. We're probably going to swap off of throwing hammers soon anyways. Same goes for Smite. Ah, it's Raya. Look out. Birdman, Birdman. Dang, Hero, you suck.
Put your weapon and did find here. Come. We have much to discuss. We don't have much but Raya is the larger threat. If freeing monitors is
Yes?
Oh, yeah. This quest takes forever, dude. Ooh, Smite do be chaining now. Kind of OP at this point. I was out of town and didn't stop. Hold on. I was at a town and did not stop to upgrade some stuff. Yeah, slap these on. So melee damage per attunement for judgment. Judgment mana cost plus 14 attunement. I don't think I run judgment. I think these are literally for the attunement in the fire pen. This beats this. Yeah, since we're low life, I think I can afford to swap off of fire starters now. Scales of a Terror we can't put on yet, and I'll put this on. We'll see how this goes. Should have kept Firestarter's torch on me just in case. Yeah, that feels way better.
Stand down or die.
So we could technically despecialize hammers at this point. And even this. And then we can go Sigil of Hope and Volatile Reversal, which I don't have yet because I did not put 5 points into it. But we can't do Javelin. So, Javelin. This is like, this triggers off of something, right? Only one javelin rains down at target location, deals more damage. It has a battle standard attached, granting you and other allies. No. Well, something triggers casting this, right? Because it must be somewhere else. Hold on. Because why the heck would I take this? Bruh, I don't know. I don't know. Don't matter to me though. Need to set up this better. So healing hands goes here. Keep that there. This should be sigil. This, and then this is currently nothing. Whoops, went right back through. Oh, was I supposed to go this way? Fuck, I don't know. So pretty. The divine vaults are really cool. Just tons of light balls. So dope. That's what the whole build's about, is using these divine bolts.
Stand down or die.
This. I don't even fully understand sigil yet. The hell? How long does that last? That lasts a while. Does lunge have something built in with the spear throw move, dude? I'm so like confused with the whole lunge thing or the javelin thing. Says it stands. I don't get it. I'm sure I'm just missing something obvious. Alright, it's not in this tree. I'm so confused. Only one javelin rains down a target. It has a battle standard attached, granting you and other allies in its radius increased damage and added endurance threshold. Okay. That's cool, but like it's not on my hotbar, so I'm confused as to how we're casting javelin. surprised there's not anyone showing up for the stream today. I'm all alone. There ain't no one beside me. Bro, you're telling me this ain't the way? Give me this. Guess I should start putting points into reversal. Or to get reversal. It's just 5 points into this.
Stand down or die.
What's left is locating the lance.
Sure. Dude, I love when it does that, dude. All the text gets all scrambled because it's like the first time the item showed up on the filter. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Still don't know why we're leveling
I
javelin.
know things are if to be honest, I can't imagine it.
Yes.
But I will take your warnings
God
to
be
heart.
with you.
Um, we're almost to the point where I just need to go wrap up the other optionals. Wee! Dude, the straight paths where you can just run straight through the map. That's so good.
I see you have returned, Valance. Now it shall bear my final blessing.
We have here your built from death. Forgive me.
Even
Let's
the
end our
gods
conversation
cannot
there.
observe what fate intends for us.
The deep harbor.
Find you. Farewell.
Almost there, almost there. We just gotta go tie a couple of loose ends to get the last of our idols.
I cannot do that. Stand down.
What is this freaking? I don't get it. Why do we run javelin, dude? I need to pull up the video. I'm so lost on it. I so don't get it. Also need to use my sigils more.
We have a problem. It is are you then? They're holed up in the pier. If you think you stand a chance, show no mercy.
Do I have to go up? All right, like we are almost to the point where we can swap. I think this is where I have to go this way. This way is just like a weird rare. Divine Bolt? Yeah, this is the Divine Bolt build. It's like it's like not even put together yet. This is just Divine Bolt with low life gloves. That's all you're seeing right now. We're just getting through the leveling process. We're almost to the point where we can swap to monoliths. But yeah, it's a neat play style. It's comfortable. Very casual feeling. This is the kind of build where I feel like I could just like easily run echoes and not like really have to think about it.
This has gone on long. Ah, I see you helped clear out the rabble down there. I thank you for your
I need to look at what I'm leveling next here. Okay, we go this way. I still don't get Javelin, man. Why are we leveling this skill? I'm clearly missing something. Something must cast Javelin somewhere. I just haven't figured it out yet. Because it's not in the hotbar. Not that. It's not that. It's like nothing. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get what how javelin, why javelin. I'm gonna have to rewatch the video later. He probably explains it in the video.
Stand down or die.
They're gonna nerf ward and this build will be strongly impacted. Yes. Yeah, if you're gonna play this build, I suggest doing it this cycle. Because I think what they're doing to ward is they're going to make it exponentially harder to get really high amounts of ward. So you're not going to see like the 50k to 200k ward anymore. It's just not going to happen. We're probably going to see more like
I cannot do that.
like I think 10k ward and stuff, and like ward on using your ward as a base defense is still going to be good, but I think
I'm glad you are safe.
getting past like 10k ward is going to become kind of unheard of.
Though I see her as a friend, she will consider me as a threat.
May I help you? Farewell.
These waters I've met. Are you ready to head out?
Okay, so now we got to go finish the last of our idle rewards, which is a study in time is the first one. Brewmaster Ward seems fair, so I hope they don't dump on the builds that don't exploit it. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they're going to fix it so that it like has diminishing returns as you get more ward in your base ward. But I think as like it still has like a base like 8 to 10k ward for things like mage and stuff, or I think won't be as heavily impacted as the builds that are getting like 50k ward. Like Healing Hands and Warlock.
Stand down or die.
Dumb skeleton, I'm an imposter. I was playing PoE yesterday. I'm setting up my Creeping Frost build to play in standard. I think I'm gonna do some standard stuff pretty soon. I helped my friend Fennel finish his dagger in PoE in standard. So now there's a universal best cast on crit dagger in the game. It's got +1 to level of all spell skill gems, and then it's got a crucible tree on it with max power charge. It's like crazy good. Did I not have to do that? I know I gotta do this. I thought you had to. I thought a studying time gave you an idol. The only standard I play is Magic the Gathering. I love Magic, man. We're going to the pre-release next weekend. This new set looks actually broken. There's so much power creep going on in the set. My friend Will was showing me some of the cards in the new set. They looked unfair. They looked like modern cards. Like modern formats levels of power. Like I thought Sholtred was bad, but this is crazy. Yeah. I think they're getting to a point now where they're just embracing the power creep rather than trying to mitigate it or just like trying to keep things balanced. I think they realize they're just like the only way to beat out old meta is by adding better cards. Makes for quick games, yeah. Yeah, blue-white control is kind of a thing of the past these days, huh? It's been mid-range meta, at least in standard, it's been mid-range meta for such a long time now. Would be cool to see control aggro meta come back. At least a little bit. But they keep releasing crazy mid-range cards. That being said, though, I mean, mid-range is a good archetype. It's well balanced, well paced. The only thing I don't like about mid-range is that it's so reliant on having a better curve than your opponent. So it's like whoever has the better curve wins, which is kind of annoying, but so it goes. And I mean, mono red aggro has always been a thing too. That deck never dies. But as for like blue white or blue black control or Jeskai control, like those things have not been around for what feels like a while. Yeah, I used to be a big mono red player. I am an aggro player. I play a lot of mono red, and I play a lot of red green, but mainly an aggro player. Let's throw this on for lack of a better option. Can I equip any of my other gear now before we get into monoliths? We can put on the belt. Dude, I dropped the 2LP immolators and I missed so hard on the slam. And I saw it coming, honestly. I knew it was gonna happen. Just put this on for lack of a better option, and then if it's got healing effectiveness, I want it. Just put these on. Healing effect. This one and that one. Okay. Got all our idols, got all our passives. Okay, we are off to follow the outcasts. Hope for the XP. Hope for the XP blessing first try. That would be nice. And off we go into the world of monoliths. Half of a build together and it doesn't even matter, dude. The divine bolts are cooking. It's a very pleasant playstyle. Okay, we can now put on this. I'm not even sure what this does. Turns you to the position where you were at 2 seconds ago, reverting changes to your current health and mana since then. Weird. How does it work exactly? It doesn't use smite anymore? No, so it uses healing hands. Yeah, you cast Divine Bolt at nearby enemies when you directly cast Healing Hands and heal yourself or an ally. Divine Bolt is affected by specific passives from the Paladin tree, and if you take this node, then Divine Bolt from all sources scales with this node from this tree. So we take that, and then we take Shared Divinity, so that whenever we fire a Divine Bolt, we fire 5 additional ones. And that's how we cast Divine Bolts. Here's the planner. Oh, we need to chase for idols. We need to find idols still. No, it uses javelin, but it's not in the skill bar, and I'm trying to figure out why. And I'm also using shield rush just because I'm still using a shield. I might as well take advantage of it. But it should be lunge when it's all said and done. Wow, that skill seems pretty useless. This volatile reversal doesn't seem too useful unless there's something in the tree that I'm missing. Oh, I just realized why did that happen? I'm signed I'm signed in on my other YouTube account, on my personal YouTube account in the YouTube chat. What the heck? That's weird. Anyways, buff with uptime, with high uptime. Interesting. Yeah, don't mind my personal YouTube account. I don't know why it's signed in on that account in chat, but not for me literally streaming right now.
Stand down or die.
The filter I've got is pretty aggressively strict to keep it only to this character. Since it is COF, I not really trying to see anything else other than what I'm working on this character. It's the buff status to improve healing hands. What buff status, though? How is it getting a buff status of not casting Javelin? If it's not on my hotbar, then I'm not casting it, right? Is there a passive effect that I'm not seeing? It's a node in healing hands? Oh. Is there now? Let me pull this up again. Healing hands also grants ward based on your attunement. There's an effect that causes them to gain ward per second based on their missing health. Then all of healing hands converted to ward. Healing hands has increased healing effectiveness. This bonus is doubled. Restores additional health up front. Has increased area of effect. Lower mana cost. When you directly cast healing hands and heal yourself. Now hits an enemy within the area of effect, dealing spell fire damage. Based on healing effectiveness and on increased healing effectiveness. Mobilizes void enemies. That's void damage. Oh, does it count as a specialized buff skill? Got it. It's this. Okay. That's interesting. So these nodes could literally be anything. Yeah. You cast Volatile Reversal, you leave a Void Rift, a spell which deals void damage in an area. You have a chance to recover a percentage of reversals cooldown when you kill an enemy, when you hit a boss or rare enemy. Increase attack and cast speed after casting it. Okay, I see. Movement speed after casting it. Significantly shorter cooldown, but no longer restores health. Got it. It's all coming together.
Stand down or die. Stand down or die.
We just stand here and let things come to us. It makes for arenas pretty comfy, honestly. Dude, Shield Rush is amazing. Yeah. Too bad we're not going to be able to use it once we take the shield off. Well, that was very nice. That made arenas feel incredibly easy. Movement speed. What's this? When you cast Volatile Reversal, you create a Void Rift where you arrive. Okay. Damage in a larger area. Sure. Enemies take increased damage. Yeah. I see. No more books. No more books. Okay, we'll go this way. Nope, that's an arena. We'll go this way. No more tomes. Yo, what up, Hazard? Your message is too low in the pipeline, so you won't show up on stream until you like spam a little bit in Twitch. But how's it going, buddy? Did you see what I did in Standard, Hazard? Nope, I've no interest in Standard, but do tell me. I crafted, or I helped craft the best cast on crit dagger in the game, basically. Let me pull up a picture. And I'll show you guys what it looks like real quick. And I'll show you why exactly it's the best one in the game. Let's go Discord. Okay. So it's a triple synth Imperial Skin with crit multi, damage per power, spells deal double damage. And then it has increased spell damage, attack speed, crit chance, crit multi, +1 to level of all spell skill gems. So it's universally good with any cast on crit spell because it's +1 to all. And because it's +1 to all, it also affects things like auras and stuff. Yeah, so that's insane. And then it has hits can't be evaded. Now, that's pretty crazy, right? But then it also has a crucible tree, which gives us 20% increased spell damage and 10% increased global maximum energy shield. It gives us flat spell crit. It gives us increased cooldown recovery. It gives us an extra power charge. And then ice spear and ball lightning fire projectiles in a circle that return to you. So it's pretty nuts. Yeah. So this got done yesterday. And then I mirrored it. Like literally same day I mirrored it. And then gave the dagger back to Fennel, who is the rightful owner. Yeah, dude. So we're going to I'm working on cast on crit creeping frost and standard, just kind of throwing it together, but just for if I ever feel like playing Path of Exile during the league, because I'm probably not going to end up on the league this time around. I'm going to show you my 3LP dagger I crafted the other day. It's pretty sick. What kind of what dagger is it on? Or like what's the base? Dude, I heard this league is was a worthy skip. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, dog, I forgot you're a hardcore player. Kind of bullshit, but Delve is cold and lonely. Oh, I hate delving, dude. The only thing that interested me was scarabs, dude. The scarab change is cool. Everything else just kind of made me like upset. So it's like maybe I'll just work on standard in this league and or just not play. Can't figure out how to increase my damage. Well, what build are you playing? Yeah, it's a bitch trying to farm shackles with 2 LP. Yikes, dude. Yeah, I've farmed that boss many times. And I've only gotten 2 LP once. Where are these points going next? Right here. Playing Inquisitor Penance Brand. Is Penance Brand still playable? That's insane, dude. The skill lost like 70% of its damage and it's still being played. If we can keep farming the bosses without stability in COF like you suggested, dude, I think that would be a fantastic change because it is hell on earth to try and farm for like multi LP boss uniques. Still better than other options. Man, that is tragic. That should tell you how far they're going to nerf power creep right now, man. The lengths they're going for. That is actually nuts, man. Skill that lost 70% of its damage is still better than most builds. Yikes, dude. See, I always have been a fan of and have embraced power creep. I'm always for, as long as all the skills are on the same line. Like, yeah, obviously Penance Brand was an outlier for being like busted wide open after their gem changes. But like Stormbrand ate a nerf for no reason. Frostblink of Wintry Blast ate a nerf for no reason. Stuff like that just kind of really bugged me. But I'm a fan of, as long as everything's on the same wavelength in terms of balance, then you just buff the difficulty instead of nerfing the skills. You know? I think the tough thing about PoE is there's no what am I taking here? This? I think the tough thing about PoE is that there's no like, except for Delve, there's no like infinitely scaling difficulty and reward system in that game. So it makes for like, you know, it's miles wide by inches deep. Yeah, I'll take a look in a second. The only thing is I've never played Penance Brand in my life, so I don't know how helpful I'll be. But still, I'll take a gander. Haz, are you playing on SSF or are you playing League? Like Trade League? Just so that I know if I should be giving you advice on SSF farming or on trading. Get an idea of how. Okay. The tier 6, yeah. All right. Let's take a look. All right, quick sidetrack, boys. To look at this real quick. Stacked Extract gave me a huge starter, but it died very quick. Yeah, it's a good thing that it helped you out getting the ball rolling, right? That's kind of that's what I, until I started doing mirror crafting, that's what I used it for too, was just to get the ball rolling. And then I would go from there doing other stuff. So you're saying push the damage, right? So use an Assassin's Mark, Pet Blood, Determination, Enlighten. Fish. Herald of Ash is just for the explode, right? You don't care about the fire damage. Oh, maybe you do care about the fire damage. Oh, you were just like a whole bunch of random elemental damage. Dude, I'll be honest, 20 mil is pretty great. And adorned. Tri-Ellie. Okay, that's kind of what it looked like. Yeah. Inspiration, Swift brand. Hypothermia. So you're getting frenzy charges? Well, wait, no, hypothermia is not ice bite. Never mind. Okay, well, a 2120 penance brand would give you some extra damage. If obviously. But I'm sure you already knew that. Righteous Fire's quality only gives AoE, if I recall. Automation on Righteous Fire? That's a smart idea. Frostflake. Do you have any open gem sockets? You have an open gem socket in your weapon, right? You could attach Bone Chill to Frostblink. Just for... If you attach Bone Chill to Frostblink, it's a little bit of extra cold damage. Just for free that you could do. That would be a decent one if you've got the open socket. It would be basically free to do that. Max life regen, all res, recoup. Chaos res. It's a tanky boy. Are you fully... How much fizz damage does Penance Brand do? Is it 100% fizz? Or is it... So, oh, I guess I could read it, right? Oh, maybe I can't. Crafting a new ring, same thing, but with T1 cast speed. You're going to mirror it with Kalandra. You're going to mirror... Interesting. Oh. Yeah. Not even going to touch that comment. But, okay, you've got on nerve as well. Maybe I'm thinking a Watcher's Eye with fizz converted to cold. I don't know if I need to look up Penance Brand. Oh, Kalandra's Touch. Okay, I was like, what the hell? Yeah, okay. No. You're valid. Hold on a second. Penance Brand. Yui. Penance Brand. Okay, has 50% fizz to lightning on it already. Yeah, it's tough. I'd say, if possible, do you have any space for if you have space for an aura, 180 mana. Maybe Tempest Shield, but I don't know if you have space for like a 35% aura, but maybe you could go Skitterbots. And then Bone Chill. You don't have RMR for another aura? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know where to push damage either, to be fair. I'd say +1 level on Penance Brand. Add Bone Chill to Frostblink. Those are easy. Besides that, maybe a Watcher's Eye. Affected by determination. That doesn't help much either. Maybe not a Watcher's Eye. And that which was taken's gone now, right? So I don't know. If you have space for jewels, maybe if you could find space for Grand Spectrum, you could go minimum frenzy, minimum power, minimum endurance. Get those 3. Then you can have, or you could even do minimum frenzy with Ellie damage, Ellie damage. That would probably do a lot for your damage. I'm not sure if you're stacking frenzy charges already, but, or like if you have a way to generate frenzy charges, I mean, but that would be good too. If you got +1 a minimum frenzy charge with 15% increased Ellie damage, 15% increased Ellie damage, that would give you a total of 90% increased Ellie damage and 3 frenzy charges, which would give you an extra 12% more damage, and then also some movement speed and cast speed, right? Or maybe I think it's just cast speed. I don't think you get movement speed from frenzy charges anymore, but I'm not positive on that. But that's something else you could look into. I'm not sure how, if you have a way to get more jewel sockets, but that could be an idea that you could think about. And then maybe for the Stygian, you could go for like an influence Stygian and try to find like increased damage of some form on your belt. Same thing goes for rings. If you can get your Ellie res somewhere else or something, maybe you can get an influenced ring. And then if you got like an influenced ring, say like maybe one of these has like cursed with elemental weakness on hit, and then you get +1 curse on your astral plate, although it's fractured, so you can't get +1 curse. But maybe Whispers of Doom instead of Golem's Blood. And then like Ellie Weak. Belt's a placeholder for Mage Blood. Oh, fair enough then. If you could get Ellie Weak on hit somewhere, like if you got one of these to have an implicit of like the synthesized implicit curse with Ellie Weak on hit, and then got like Whispers of Doom instead of Golem's Blood, that would be a ton of extra damage too. Ellie Weak would go crazy on this build. But yeah, those are my suggestions. Mark on hit won't work because mark on hit requires a attack skill. Penance Brand is a spell. Ellie weakness on hit will work. Yeah, mark on hit. If you read mark on hit, it says it needs to hit an enemy with an attack skill in particular. The reason it works with things like cast on crit is because we're using Cyclone, and Cyclone's an attack skill. So we're always marking on hit because we're hitting them with Cyclone. But for like a spell that's like hard casting, yeah, mark on hit won't do anything. But Ellie weak on hit will. Technically, Penance Brand's still a hit. It's just not an attack hit. It's a spell hit. Should really start reading gems thoroughly. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, we've all been there. With Mark on Hit in particular, we've all kind of been there, dude. That skill is very elusive. Yeah, no worries, man. Mark on Hit's elusive in its wording. It's hard to notice that it only works with attacks. But yeah, that's why I'm always trying to find ways to automate curses and getting extra curses and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what the price of an Ellie week on hit ring would go for. My guess is for just the one implicit, it's probably not too bad. Oh, you can get Ellie week on on the affix on a ring. I did not know that. I thought Hunter was despair on hit. It might be both, or maybe despair on hit's only a temple mod actually. I don't know, it's been a while. Yesterday, dude, when I was crafting on that dagger, it felt so foreign to me because I've been away for so long. I was like scared I was gonna delete the dagger or something. It's both. Okay. Yeah, Ellie week on hit would go crazy. Because if I recall, Ellie week on hit at level 1 is like just like basically 20% Ellie pen, which is significant. And even if you wanted to, you could go for just hard casting Ellie week, since you have the skill gem space for it, if you really wanted to. But I'm always a big fan of automating whenever possible. But you could probably get more damage if you hard casted Ellie week, because Ellie week on hit is only a level 1 skill. XP, XP, XP. Dang it. Oh, that's sad. Well, I don't think I'm going to worry too much about it because we can get it empowered anyways. Yeah, sounds good. That's another thing. I don't actually remember if it's a suffix or a prefix. Like, I haven't used actual affix curse on hit in a while. I usually use the implicit one. Oh, lag. mag. Yeah, no, that won't be an easy craft for sure. It's gonna take a little bit of work. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It shouldn't be too expensive if it's just the one mod. If you don't need the chaos resin, that would probably make your life a lot easier. Do keep in mind though, if you do use a synth base, you cannot fracture it. Well, I guess you can't if you're using influenced either. So yeah, you won't be able to fracture it, but yeah, it'll be a tremendous help. Definitely POB it and see if the damage is worth it though. You should check how much damage you're getting out of it. Where are we going next? Down here. Let me hover it. There we go. Salt the wound. 0 LP again. Yeah, you only really start to get like giga expensive with synthesized items when you get 2 or more implicits that are really good, or you get something significantly rare like +1 power charge. But Ellie Weak is not a meta thing for the most part. Not a lot of people are using it. So I do not know how my character just teleported. Boo, boo, boo. Summon a sigil on kill? Oh, that's freaking busted. We go for this. We'll go idols. Idols are good. I need more cast speed. I'm pretty sad that I missed on my cast speed slam on my Scales of Vetera twice. The slams did not go my way, man. $500K. Yeah, that's not tremendous. Yeah, it might not be the play then. If you're looking for anything that's going to give you a massive buff in damage, you're probably not going to find it.
Stand down or die.
I think you're at a point right now where it's going to be very incremental increases. Nothing's going to double your damage or anything. Yeah, that's not going to happen, I don't think. No, without some serious investment. I mean, I'm sure Mage Blood would help, but I don't think that's going to double your damage either. It would give you a lot of open room on maybe resistances to push for something else. But yeah, there's not going to be like one thing that doubles your damage, especially when you're already crit capped. Unless you can find a way to get a ton of extra crit multi somewhere. Yeah, and if the Mage Blood opens up affixes on gear, then you have a lot of room for extra upgrades too. Ooh, that's actually the exact one of the exact items I need. What's this one? Yeah, we don't need that. Failed none. Congrats. I did adorned jewel crafting towards the end of last league. Never wanted to do it again. It was awful. Of course, I was going for triple synth corrupted ones. I was going stupid silly with it, but Yeah, dude, especially if you're looking for like specific mods that can be quite rare. Like, I was looking for tier 1 energy shield on an Abyss Jewel, which is like very rare. So what I had to do was I had to alt spam till I hit it. And then I had to imprint and Orb of Augmentation and try to augment onto it. Because there was no way I was getting both on. Not without a ton of time put into it. I chose not to fail though. You just love when you can choose your RNG. I choose to be lucky. What the lag, dude? This is what I don't understand is why it gets laggier as I continue playing. Like, dude. Hold on, I'm 2 frames per second, bro. This is fine. The thing is I have a RAM cleaner that is, I think, active. Yeah, active and working, and it's not helping. I think it's just, I think it's leaking CPU power as well. I'm gonna have to restart the game. I might not even be able to get this monolith done. Or this echo done. This is ridiculous. This is something that I was talking about in my video, dude. Was the random frame rate dips. My CPU hitting 100%. Let me check. Let's measure. It's sitting at 50%. Occasionally it goes up to 70. Last Epoch's only 25% of that. And then OBS is the other 25%. I don't know why OBS is taking up so much CPU right now. Oh, I think it's because I have it encoded for my to use CPU instead of GPU. But I'll tell you, with I had it encoded on GPU and it was doing the same thing, wasn't helping. We restart the game. Restarting the game seems to just like solve the problem, at least for a while. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't think it's CPU or memory. I think it's just the game. Something in the code is just all screwed up. It might be GPU spikes. But how am I supposed to solve that when I'm playing at minimum graphics as it is? Actually, I guarantee you it's GPU issues. I bet. Oh, I love when I complete... God damn it. This game needs help. I love when I complete a monolith and then restart the game right after and it says I failed it. It's like I did not fail it. I just quit after. I have a 3070 RTX, which is fine. Like that can play anything. It's not the best thing on the market, but it's not... It shouldn't be having an issue with fucking Last Epoch, the ARPG. With like not much graphic intensity going on. It's got to be something in the game's code because like I can play Cyberpunk 2077 on ultra graphics no problem, but this game all of a sudden tanks it. I think it's just a performance thing. Oh, I didn't have to run this. Yeah, the RTX 3070 is totally good. Work hasn't been busy. Yeah, at least you have work in general. Yeah, there's a place I'm gonna when I'm going to a place next weekend that I'm gonna try and apply for. Try to get a job there. But if I do end up getting a... Oop, I just punched my microphone. Sorry. If I do get a job, the streaming stuff will probably go by the wayside.
Stand down or die.
Same level of brokenness, yeah. Yep. I just currently I live with my family and you know, I'm not paying rent and I just they pay for food and stuff, so I'm just really like I don't really spend money as it stands right now. But I'm at a point in my life right now where I'm trying to consider pivoting to try and self-sustain my life. And as much as I really, really like doing YouTube and streaming, $100 a month is not enough. So but I'm gonna try and hold out until Diablo 4's new season comes out. Try to do that. Maybe I get a lucky break with Diablo.
With this power, I am unstoppable.
But yeah, we'll give that a go for a little while, and then if it all fails, then or if nothing really comes of it, then I'm going to probably give up the dream. Add it to the pile of failed dreams. This is definitely doing more than this, at least. Oh, you need to be making a living to live alone? Like 2 grand a month, dude. Like fucking 20 times what I'm making currently.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, that's including rent and food. Yep. And even 2 grand a month is like, that would be just barely making it.
I will burn brighter than Raya himself. What are you to a god? You are nothing.
You owe nothing.
No, you're just a human.
It's crazy, dude. I don't know
You're supposed to be a
how traffic does it, dude. Like even him, he's a pretty small streamer, all things considered, but obviously he's bigger than me and a few other people. But he's like um I don't know how he manages to pay for a kid and stuff off of a streamer income. But then again, I don't know his income. Yeah, 50K a year would be decent. Yep. 25K a year would be survivable. $25K a year plus a roommate is like where we would be. $50K a year would be living comfortably by myself. Tough out here in these streets, baby. It's a hard knocked life for us, you know? But yeah, it's crazy that like $20 an hour can't like people can't even live off of $20 an hour working full time these days. Which is like minimum wage is $15 or $14 an hour, I think. Yeah, and that's exactly where like that's the kind of yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, where I'm like I'd really like to do streaming full time. I'd really like to like make this my career because this is like I genuinely feel like I'm accomplishing something and have a purpose when I'm doing this. You know, all the time I put into gaming and understanding streaming and video entertainment and stuff like that. But sometimes it just ain't gonna work out that way. It's a mega competitive, very hard to get to get going. Even for someone like me where I have a small following, I'm very humble about my following. It's nothing big at all, but I'm also very grateful for what I've got when it comes to my following already. Most people don't even get 100 subs, you know, but you just need so much more to make it work, man. But you never know. One of these days we might catch a break. We'll see come May 14th and getting into Diablo stuff. Maybe that'll turn a page for us, but who the hell knows? I love how easy arenas are on this character. Just hold right click. What happened to my ballista build? Yeah, it sucked. It just has it doesn't have good out of the box quality. It requires a lot of things to actually function and work properly, so I gave up on the idea. And then I was just farming on Trapper for a while, but I was getting bored of Trapper. So now we're trying Divine Bolt Paladin, which is pretty neat. It's a cool build. Okay, I don't know where to put points in this skill. Oh, down here. Then for passive points, what's next? Put one singular point into here. And then 12 points into here. 12 points into here. Jeez. Oh, there's also 10 points into this. I just like how comfortable this feels to run around and hold right click and just watch a bunch of pretty lights move around and shred through things. It reminds me very much of like skeleton mages in Path of Exile. What the hell? Okay, shield rush has some weird things going on when you hit a wall. Like if I hit this, no, okay, I can't force it. I don't know what triggers that, but if I hit like a wall at the right angle, it just teleports me. Let me pull up. I want to keep an eye on my GPU if the game gets laggy again. It's weird. I've been recently really wanting to play Diablo 4 again. I really wish they would get rid of the statues of Lilith. I hate that it gives your character passive bonuses, like basically forcing you to have to go get them if you want an optimized build. And just how many of them there are. Good day, Ken. What's up, buddy? Finding statues of Lilith always make me just go ugh when I go to play that game. It's like the first thing you have to do. Just go run around and collect like 150 fucking statues. At least you get to skip the campaign in that game, but it's like the campaign is collecting those statues. Pulling an all-nighter? Getting your resume site working? I can't remember the last time I've done an all-nighter. Not even Path of Exile League Start can get me to pull an all-nighter these days. Don't get me wrong, I've stayed up late my fair share of times, but 24 plus hours, it's been a while. This is Pally Divine Bolts, and I like it. The hammer throw was just to get through leveling. This is now Healing Hands Divine Bolt. But I'm a fan. It's very much like it feels like a spellcaster build. It is a very casual playstyle, which is really nice. I was saying how it reminded me of skeleton mages in Path of Exile. Or just shoots like a bunch of like little projectiles that just travel through and pierce everything. You've been doing all-nighters for the last week, working at night and going to school in the morning? Oh, brother. Couldn't actually work a lot because company's dashboard runs on shits and giggles. Now, when you say runs on shits and giggles, are you saying like it's just a lot of not getting things done happening? Did you glance at that Burning Hands build you made? I did not. I saw you pinged me. But no, I did not look into it. I was pretty busy this weekend, so I didn't have a chance to look at it. But also, I didn't particularly have much of an interest in the idea, personally, at least for playing it, that is. Their agent website crashed a lot this week for some reason, huh? So shit was just malfunctioning. Yeah, that's not great.
Stand down or die. What brings you here?
Safe travels.
Oh, that's kind of fucked up. There's no fail safe for saving your work? What the heck, dude?
Yes?
I don't know exactly what you do, but you must be using like an online interface that
Down or die.
you work within that saves to a cloud, probably. And if the website's malfunctioning and not saving to the cloud, and then the site crashes and makes you basically force reloads your web page, you would lose everything. The melee form of what I'm doing currently. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I have no interest in playing Sentinel as a melee build. I'll be honest. The only reason I picked up Sentinel was because I saw funny projectiles and was like, oh, this build looks like a caster build. Yeah, you think that they would develop a program that makes it become an offline thing that then you can upload your progress to a cloud, or at least auto, yeah, like you're saying here, auto save every so often. Yeah, somebody I saw somebody was interested in the build in the Discord. Oh yeah, GitHub would be interesting. I have no idea. Like I said, I don't know how his work works or whatever. And I'm not even going to try to speculate on it.
Stand down or die.
This thing gets so much ward. Tremendous amount of ward. Let's take a look. See if we can put some new stuff on. We can. Rings go on. Boots still can't wear. And I don't have a chest piece yet. Yeah, we have to now swap to lunge. Hazard, Ken's asking if you are the dude that works for AWS. Oh, that's a lot of ward. That's a lot of ward. That's kind of stupid. What the heck? The build's half-assed and I'm getting that much ward. Just give me the health for now, I guess. I don't know what else to... Just trying to get through these. Nope, it's with an H. As it says, it's with an H. And also no worries that you're struggling to read these chats. How does it feel to not need resistances for your class due to Holy Aura? Holy Aura is pretty fucking disgusting for Ellie Res. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Feels good. Opens up a lot of design space, I'd say. What's the minimum level on these boots? 67. Okay. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Yeah, I saw the video of this build and the first thing that came to mind was that doesn't look like tank melee sentinel. I was like, that looks like a caster. That looks like fun. I don't know. I wanted to shoot pretty lights out of my fingers. This build achieves that. Oops. Yeah. Yep. Or just Giga Chad stuff for offenses too. Maybe minus the fact that you just focus on healing effectiveness, you give yourself like 10k fucking ward whenever you right click. How's that, Hazard? What did you find? Cast speed, basically a lot more of it. Yeah, I had a feeling cast speed was going to be helpful if you could figure out how to get a lot of it, obviously. But I didn't know where you could actually get more cast speed. But yeah, typically that's what happens with brand skills, right? Went to run temporal over the weekend, and on your way through the door, for some reason your character dropped his weapon, then my game crashed due to your RAM going bad. You lost your best spear. He dropped his weapon for no reason. That's a new one. Didn't know that was even possible. Yeah, that's a really unlucky series of events. I had no idea you could drop your... How the hell does that even happen?
Stand down or die.
Did you have your inventory open when you went in? .15, but you can get it up to 4.5 casts per second with Mage Blood and Tree. It gets to 70 mil DPS. Oh, you do? Yeah, you get a ton of cast speed if you put it on a flask suffix. Yep. Yeah, that'll be huge. You had the inventory window open, but then the window closed to drag my weapon out. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. So your mouse probably passed over the item, and for some reason it picked it up. Yeah, that's just really unlucky. Dude, it's crazy how easy arenas are on this, man. I just hold right click and stop looking at the screen. Arcane Surge? Yep. You get Arcane Surge on hit with the hybrid cast speed. I think that's a bench craft you can get. $10 to $12K per toss, but its CD is murder, so I need to pivot more into smite doing my damage. You're running devotion on that build, right? So you'd scale lightning damage if you were doing that. Yeah, well, I've been watching my task manager now, and memory remains pretty much pretty much stable. I think it's GPU that's going crazy. Or just randomly spikes my GPU. But again, I haven't seen a crazy lag spike in a while, so we'd have to wait. Just need exalted neck currently for resistances. Gotcha. Multi-LP devotion shouldn't be too hard to find. And if you're running Merchant's Guild, then they should be pretty cheap to just buy. Job doing what? Will, are your messages delayed? Oh, dude, I don't think Will's live. I think he's back a few minutes. Can somebody type in chat saying that Will might be delayed or behind on the stream. His chats are way behind, I think. Oh, Hazard, if only there was a rich PoE player who could lend me a mage blood. Who would be able to do that if they were playing the league, I wonder? I don't think he's in top mode. I think he's in... I don't think he's watching me live. I think he's watching me like a few minutes behind. Like he needs to click the live button to jump forward. Because all of these messages, like him talking about the GPU and stuff, that happened like ages ago. $2D per hour delve? Yeah, until you get to the... Until you get to like 5k depth, that maybe you'll make 10D per hour. And then maybe at 10k depth, then you'll start getting rich. It's all according to plan. Way, way, way down in the depths. I should be upgrading this first. You won't see these messages? Well, the messages are real time if he's watching chat. Oh, maybe not. Bro, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Oh well. He'll figure it out when he gets to this part where I'm talking about it. That is, if that's even his issue that he's having. Yeah, Hazard. Delve is like in it for the long haul is the best way to put it. Oh, okay, yeah. I had a feeling you were doing COF by the way you were talking about stuff. Like you're losing your best spear and all that. It rang to me that you probably weren't in a place where you could just easily replace stuff. Yeah, dude, I have... thankfully, I already have, like, base gear for this character, but I'm gonna need a lot more to, like... I've got all the uniques. The LP slams were really bad. You gonna delve for the rest of the league? It's probably your best bet. It's not like the mechanic's helping. It's not like the mechanic is gonna want you to map anyways. And honestly, delving's probably for something I actually absolutely hate doing. Delving, that is. It's probably more enjoyable than mapping currently. On a different strat until Mage Blood. Try to find something you can do for like a hideout warrior strat. Something that doesn't require you to farm. If you can put your money into something, try to get money out and back out of it. Invest for returns. Yeah, that too, dude. Bubblegum currency goes a long way early league. A minion build for Paladin? I was gonna say, isn't Forge Guard the minion class for Sentinel? It's fine. I've done Mana Strike on not Spellblade before. And it was also not as good, but doesn't mean you can't do it. Doing stack decks again would be a dumb idea at this point, right? Right. Based on, I actually looked yesterday when I was on the trade website. I looked at the price of stack decks just to see. And I saw it was like one div for 80, which is ridiculous in my opinion. Yeah, you won't unless you get lucky or you open a very large quantity. I wouldn't count on it. Yo, why is this guy... Oh, because we're in a freaking story mission. I was like, why is that guy so tanky, dude? Something about like the story based monolith quests and in the campaign in general, the exiled mages are way tankier for some reason. Have to revise your passage tree if you want to take advantage of Forward Guard. Oh yeah, for sure you would have to. And that would be like one of the major reasons to go Forge Guard, right? Is to get access to the second half of the tree. It's coming online. For being only like level 60, it's doing really good. 67. Oh, we can get the boots on now. Old. We're putting the boots on. We're gonna go a lot slower now, but worth it for the attunement. In fire damage. 78, 71. Okay. Only one good node in it for minions. You mostly want to do to you actually using a shield in your offhand. Yeah, let me look at what do you get here? Increased armor for each hit you have taken in the last 10 seconds. Oh, would you do it for Ring of Shields? Is that why? Right, because the meter stops here, right? So you can't actually get either of these. Even if you have 30 points in the tree. Yeah, okay. Oh, that too. Yeah, just good passives. Yeah, makes sense. Frostlich from Moses, you cannot hurt me. Lights out, buddy. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Last steps, curse. Don't need those. No, I didn't accept the quest. I gotta redo it. Shit. I didn't claim the blessing. Crap. Well, time wasted. Yeah, Holy Aura is kind of cracked. That's for sure. Thank God for lunge, because I don't have increased movement speed on my boots, man. I'm gonna be slow as hell. It's worth it for the damage, baby. Giving a passive node that does something similar if you're wielding a shield. Gotcha. What the hell's going on with my mana regen? Weird one. Why is that happening? Like, clearly I don't have negative 2 billion mana regen. That was the effect of all Sentinel Aegis passives? Yeah. So defensively, Forge Guard's probably cracked. Probably makes up for what you're losing. Sounds like you gotta jump in the think tank a little bit on that one. Gotcha. So Holy War is the Paladin one, but there's one for Void Knight and Forge Guard as well then. And Sentinel's a cool class, man. I just hate melee. I like everything else about what's going on here, but holy cow, I hate melee. So when I saw that there was a way to not play melee on Sentinel, I was like, all right, we'll give that a try. I also did some experimenting with Warlock and Acolyte in general, and I really did not like playing it. Warlock felt really crappy to play, dude. It seems strong, don't get me wrong, but there's like, you have to push so many buttons, and then also most of the builds for Warlock are damage over time builds. And I'm not much for damage over time builds either. They're hard to scale. Not a melee fan in any game? Yeah. Yeah, I only tolerate melee and Path of Exile for Cyclone for cast on crit. That's it. No other reason. Otherwise, I'm just playing any kind of hard caster. You won't catch me playing Reeve or fucking Bone Shatter or anything like that in that game. That's for sure. There's a way to play the other two as a caster. Yeah, I know Void Knight can be played as a caster too. Yeah, that's kind of the gist I got for Void Knight, was it was hard to scale. The actual melee gameplay though, the lightning strike was melee. I was off screening with it. I don't know. I'd rather off screen with projectiles. Even if that melee skill chain explodes, I still have to walk up to something to start it, right? Lightning strike might be a rare case. Haven't seen anyone play for many leagues. I saw Turtle playing it last league. In the league before. He seems to make lightning strike at least once a league just for fun, but you know, I've never seen it be actually like any good, you know. Nothing crazy. This build is so brain dead easy to play. I am playing with one hand. I've got my head in my other hand. Put my dash on mouse 5. Healing ants on right click. Walk on left click. Other hand goes on the keyboard for boss fights. Otherwise, I ain't getting worried about it. Any more books? There's a book here. Best class for VR gamers. Only need one hand. Javelin toss is sword and melee. Just due to Warpath being the best skill to use while lunge and toss are both on cooldown. Yeah. Warpath is basically Cyclone in Path of Exile. They're pretty much identical skills. It's just the spin to win move. Yeah, hard to beat Warpath, man. That skill is comfy to use. I wonder if I should just slam +2 to healing hands and into one of these Peak of the Mountains that I have. Just to have it while we look for a better one. Oh, that's interesting. Is there a way to make it cast more than once per second? I mean, I know Smite has multicast inside its tree, but I feel like if you don't have a high enough cast speed, then Smite might fall in power a little bit. Cast speed or a way to overlap. There's another book over here. Skill tree only goes up 100% chance per second of channel. Yeah, I was just thinking, like, doesn't Smite have... Holy shit. What was that? Hold on. Let me get through this. Oh, that's the Siege Spire. Duh. Smite has this for double cast. And then you're saying Warpath. Bottom left. Down here. Oh, yeah. Chance to cast it each second, right? So you can cast it once per second and then... Oh, this is on direct cast, so it wouldn't work. Yep. Yep. I just came to that realization myself. All right, what two nodes? Okay. This is tier 6 on a scepter. I don't need that. All right, I will take a look in a second here. Okay, Smite Tree. Conflagration versus Deep Impact. Okay, so up to 100% crit multi. Or up to 100% more hit damage versus united enemies. They basically do the same thing. I would say Deep Impact is better just because, well, it depends on how often you're critting. But if you're critting every time, then Deep Impact's just better because it's one less point to get the same amount of damage. But these both are, will just add the same, should add the same amount of damage as long as it's triggering at the same frequency. So like if you have a 100% chance to ignite and a 100% chance to crit, then this is just one less point for the same effect. Yeah. Of course, then it comes down to how you're branching in the skill tree too. And if you're getting benefits from the nodes that are along the path, and which one's better for you, that's another thing you got to consider. But yeah, as far as damage is concerned and at a face value between the two, they're pretty much the same, except the crit multi one requires one less point. Yeah, I would for sure go for the crit multi one, I think. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I would go for crit multi then, for sure. Because you should be stacking crit anyways, because you're using a hit skill. Crit is just a free way to get a ton of extra damage. Or it's not free, but you know, it's a way to scale damage really easily. For hits. That's another thing. Depends on how much you're focused on dot damage versus hit damage. Like if you're focused more on the electrify damage, then technically conflagration's probably better. Where's this last point going? Skills. I'm just curious. Oh, right. There's 24 points. Right. So we put 4 points into this eventually. But then I'm still missing a point somewhere. Oh, here. Oh, I should definitely get that second point next. Here we're just scaling this. And here we're getting this. Not worth investment due to nothing really scaling how to apply it. Yeah, so I would just focus on the crit then. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I figured. Yeah, but dot damage is hard to scale, man. Even if you get 999 stacks, like, you can only push that damage so far. That kind of sucks too. As much as melee, though. Look, dot's got its benefits in any ARPG. Doesn't require as much to get started, but it requires a lot more to get scaling. Makes it good for builds that are clearing early content. Too many chefs in a kitchen for a dot prefix. Yeah. Yeah, because you have to increase all the flat damage. or not the flat damage, but you have to like use damage increases. Plus you miss out on crit as a whole. Yeah, dude. Scaling crit just feels good. Something I noticed is like, dude, I don't know though. If Path of Exile didn't have a dot cap, dude, I feel like dot builds would be freaking crazy good in Path of Exile. Elemental damages, if you focus purely on dot damage. Guess it depends, right? I'm pretty sure Ignite has a fire tag.
Yes?
Yeah, I see what you mean. To be fair, most offensive things are prefixes. It's just a matter of like the tree, passive trees and skill trees struggle to compensate. For example, you can put two prefixes on a peak of the mountain. You get 300% crit alongside your you get 300% crit alongside your two prefixes, right? Whereas if you're using just an exalted helmet, because there's not really a good dot helmet, then you're missing out on that extra buff to your damage. And then also, I feel like passive skill trees, just in general, in this game in particular, don't have good nodes for focusing damage over time. Yeah, exactly. It's not like you have to focus into cold damage or focus into fire damage or focus into damage over time. It's just like, yeah, crit solves the problem. They could increase the crit, the cap dot. Yeah, I think dot cap should be at 100 million, but I think they have it hard set on 35 million because of server stability problems. I think it's just a problem with the code more than it is a problem with anything else with Path of Exile. But I mean, I don't think PoE 2 is having a dot cap, so seems like they might have figured it out. That might be the only thing they figured out with PoE 2. We'll see how that game goes.
Yes.
Yeah, Ken, that's a given. Base crit's freaking busted. I have no way to really dodge this guy's abilities, so I'm just gonna kind of sit in them, hope for the best. I wonder if I can survive this. Oh, I totally can. It didn't even hurt. Yeah, base crit's bananas strong. It's insanely good for scaling crit chance. That's in any ARPG. Did they? I didn't notice. Oh, they did. I'm guessing people were getting stuck on one of the two sides. Yeah, I'm guessing something was going on where people were getting stuck on one side or the other and it was bricking the fight. No expectations for PoE 2. I just hope it doesn't make PoE 1 trade die faster. Oh, that'll definitely happen. PoE 1's trade is definitely going to take a beating for it. That being said, PoE in general, just all of PoE has been going in the wrong direction in my opinion, but that's all an opinion. Which is why I really hope Diablo 4 goes well. And of course Last Epoch's a great great in between. But yeah, PoE is, man, that game. That game just continues to disappoint me. And it seems like it's not disappointing everyone. Like, people love these changes, but I just don't. And I think it's okay to not like what they're doing, and I think it's okay to like what they're doing. It's just, you know, me personally, I can't get behind it. Yeah, I think I picked a really weird time to start playing the game, so yeah. Because I picked a time to play the game when it was it was still a while ago. It was Heist League 3.12, I think. I think that sounds correct. 3.12, I believe. And so it wasn't like it was like when power creep just started happening. And so the game just kept getting power crept and power crept and power crept. And I was cool with it because I was like, oh, every league I can make a better and better build. And then they just started axing all of the power creep. And I was like, okay, well, what's the point of making these builds in League when I've done this before, you know? But yeah, it's just like a personal preference. Some people like the idea of making it harder and, you know, making builds worse, making people have to push harder for the same results. I just personally have no interest in it. The moon attack is the only skill you need to worry about. Maybe an empowered monolith on this character, dude. He survives whatever the fuck in in regular monoliths. This character is not gonna die in here. I'm still deathless, Pog. Content creator said PoE 2 feels Souls-like in how it plays. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's like gonna be this the Dark Souls of ARPGs. Yeah, people are concerned that it's going to lead to a very a very slow progression. And it's going to feel very slow everywhere. And so people who play a lot of PoE 1 are not excited for PoE 2 because of how different they think it's going to feel. There's no meaning in dealing 100 billion damage if there is no monster that can take it. So instead of adding new bosses every time, they added another power creep. They started nerfing, which makes sense. So here's what I think is not... So I'm okay with them nerfing good skills that can get these stupid numbers, because I agree, like, who needs these numbers when there's nothing in the game that cares about it? Like 100 million DPS is enough to make any build feel good. I agree with that sentiment. What I don't agree with is pulling automation from the game and making things slower. Things like pulling walk on or cast on walk out of the game. Yes, they replaced it with automation, but why did they have to do that? You know, there's no reason to do that. Removing the fact that you can trigger Frostblink of Wintry Blast. That was just fun. There was nothing OP about that. It was just fun, but they removed it. Getting rid of instant cast on Vortex. Again, why? What difference was that making? So I just don't like the idea that they keep pulling automation away. I don't really care that they're nerfing skills and stuff. Because, yeah, skills are still able to get to those damage numbers where everything feels comfortable late game to farm. But it's like, I hate the idea of removing automation and quality of life in a build's play style. I'm fine. See, that's the thing, though, Hazard. They could have added automation and not gotten rid of cast on left click. Yeah, they could have just they could have just had both. They didn't have to, like, automation. Yeah, it's good, but like, you didn't have to remove cast on left click in order to put that in the game. There's no real reason for it. Ooh, this could be good. LA damage. Is this tier 7? No, it's tier 6 effectiveness. We need shred and spell crit. Yeah. I think the same thing, Hazard. Automation, great. Love it. Love it as a skill. It does a good job. But why'd you have to take the other part away from us for people who don't want to use it? Stuff like that just irks me, man. And they are constantly getting rid of automation in Path of Exile. They want things to feel more intuitive. They want things to feel more active. They want you to push more buttons. They want you to waste more time and put in more effort behind the keyboard, you know? And I can't get behind that because I'm just trying to relax and play Path of Exile, you know? They're just making the game, like, stressful. And I get that their vision is to make it like the Souls-like game of ARPGs. But, like, for me, I absolutely hate playing Elden Ring. I hate playing Dark Souls. I hate those games. I can't stand playing those games. God damn, they are visually appealing. They are phenomenal looking games. But I don't like the idea of getting mad at my video game, dude. Why should I get angry? It's ridiculous. I'm here to have fun. I don't find fun in getting frustrated at my game. I'm just gonna scale. Yeah, okay. This is better than this one for the time being. Good looking, but feels terrible to play. Yeah, exactly. Looks amazing. I hate playing it. Yep, I was a big fan of Hades. I never played Dead Cells. But that's different because you're still blasting, you know? Things are well telegraphed. Nothing feels slow and chunky, you know? Still feels swift and sharp. And it doesn't feel frustrating to die in that game because there's like a reason for dying in those games, you know? Dying allows you to go improve your character so that you die less often. You're not supposed to be able to beat those games on the first try, you know? Which I get is the same thing with Dark Souls and stuff, but like when you die in Dark Souls, you get no benefit. You actually get sent, you just lose progression, right? The issue you have with the game is that the roll mechanic in them is mushy compared to Monster Hunter. If you would play Monster Hunter after Dark Souls, then you probably would like playing the game more, yeah. Yeah, the game's got a weird feeling to it, for sure. Have I played Bayonetta? I know what it is. Never played it myself, no. I do know what it is, though. Lady in high heels. With, like, demon powers. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Diablo 4's 4th season. I do think it's gonna be good, according to like what I've been seeing. I've been watching streamers play the player test realm and stuff, and it seems like it's gonna be fun. I never touched Monster Hunter. It's another one of those games where I just, well, that game's just costed $60 and I just didn't want to pay $60, honestly. Game looks like fun, but taking dog out. All right, yeah, I should take my dog out as well. Actually, I might honestly just end the stream. Because it is 2:30. I need to get up earlier so I can stream longer. It's like right around this time I get hungry and I have to take the dog out and stuff. And like when I separate from the stream and I come back, I just lose all my momentum. Plus, like, people tend to get home around this time, and so, like, I never know when it's gonna happen, and, you know, it would help if I was living by myself, but... Or if I had more viewers and I knew if I, like, got up and left that I wouldn't lose everything, you know? Not a lot of people showed up today in the first place, but, you know. Anyways... Yeah, I'm gonna take the dog out and call the stream. Go take a break for a bit. probably close out last Epoch for a little while. Thanks for watching today. It was a very casual, enjoyable experience today. We just leveled, and tomorrow we'll continue leveling. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for stopping in today. Catch you next time.